Good morning and welcome to Psalms as we listen to that beautiful Taizé song, Bless the Lord, my soul. There will be something of that we will hear through the book of Psalms. Bless the Lord. And so, what we're going to do for the next 5 weeks, Monday to Friday at 9 o'clock, is to read a select portion of the Psalms and to consider what they may say to us and to our world today. And so you can watch this live, of course, you can watch it at a later date as well. But the Psalms we're going to read today is Psalms 1 and Psalms 2, because they really act as an introduction to the book of Psalms. So let's go straight to the first Psalm. Psalm 1. Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that the sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. That person is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers. Not so the wicked. They are like chaff that the wind blows away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor the sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked leads to destruction. Why do the nations conspire and the peoples plot in vain? The kings of the earth rise up and the rulers band together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their chains and throw off their shackles. The one enthroned in heaven laughs, the Lord scoffs at them. He rebukes them in his anger and terrifies them in his wrath, saying, I have installed my king on Zion, my holy mountain. I will proclaim the Lord's decree. He said to me, You are my son. Today I have become your father. Ask me, and I will make the nations your inheritance, the ends of the earth your possession. You will break them with a rod of iron. You will dash them to pieces like pottery. Therefore your kings will be wise. Be warned, your rulers of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and celebrate his rule with trembling. Kiss his son, or he will be angry, and your way will lead to your destruction. For his wrath can flare up in a moment. Blessed are all who take refuge in him. So this is our readings for today from Psalm 1 and Psalm 2. And Psalm 2 is quite a difficult reading, I suppose, first of all, with some of those words. It's quite difficult and tough words. But it's speaking here of nations conspiring against these Hebrew people. And there's thought that this first psalm, Psalm 2, was first written as a psalm for a king's coronation. But we read it in a book that has gathered it and collated it at a later date and put it right at the beginning. Psalm 1 and Psalm 2 have always acted as an introduction to the book of Psalms. And so what is this introduction? Well, first of all, it was it was collated after the time of exile. And so it is speaking into a nation, a people, a Hebrew people who are living in exile. And here we read how nations have conspired against them. And so it is true. The Hebrew people have been led into exile, scattered all over the Mediterranean and the Middle East without a home. But in it, it speaks that one will rise up, a Messiah figure. And this Messiah figure is a word known really as an agent of God. And we hear this word Messiah put upon the king Cyrus, who was a Persian king who led the people into exile. And the prophets talked about how God had called Cyrus to be an agent of God, to challenge the Hebrew people who had, disobeyed God. But here we read of a Messiah and a figure who will come up, part of David's line, and this person will be seen as bringing hope to a nation. That the Hebrew people will once more have a nation and their king. And we hear at the end words of blessing in Psalm 2. If I go straight to those now. Blessed are all who take refuge in him. And of course, this takes us straight back to Psalm 1. Blessed is the one whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. So Psalm 2 really takes us at the end back to Psalm 1. And here we have this calling to meditate, to delight on the story of God, to read our scriptures, to meditate and to delight. And in that, we will find prosperity, not necessarily wealth, but prosperity, goodness and joy and flourishing. And it talks about being like rooted and connected. But Psalm 2 also has these words that may be familiar to us as well. You are my son. You are my son. And these are words that were once put upon the lips of Jesus. At his baptism, the transfiguration story, we hear that God says to Jesus, you are my son. You are this agent. You are this Messiah who shall come. And of course, we read not of wrath or anger, but of love. And so we find in this introduction of Psalm 1 and of Psalm 2 to read these stories and to discover something of faith, but also of hope. And so that takes me to this picture here of the book of Psalms. You can see on the left-hand side Psalm 1 and Psalm 2 as our introductions. But just above it, we have the word lament. Because lots of the Psalms at the beginning start off with a lament, a sorrow, disillusionment, bearing in mind these people have been exiled. But if we go right across to the other side, we see the word praise. Because at the end of the Psalms, at the end of these 150 Psalms, it moves more and more to a time of praise, praising God because of faith, because of hope, because of trusting in God, that our lament shall change to praise, that there shall be goodness. So we are invited to meditate, to dwell upon the story, to read these Psalms, to hear a story of hope, of a Messiah, an agent who shall come, who shall free us, who shall restore us, who shall rescue and redeem us. So these are our opening Psalms, Psalm 1 and Psalm 2. And let's journey through this week and the forthcoming weeks to discover more of the faith and hope that this introduction wishes to bring us, that may lead us to a time of praising and blessing. And so as I end there, let us go out to bless the Lord, my soul.